Hey there, Remarkable Lifers. So this is KJ, and last week Craig did a video kind of solo. I was at Mudlarks, and now he is at Walmart. He's out buying groceries and taking care of running some errands, and so I thought I would jump in and give you guys my video about what's next. You know, what's coming up. We've been here for almost 3 years, and so what's up next? You know, what's going to be on my plate for the next year or so? And so, you know me, I have a list. It's a well thought out list, though. So the first thing I want to talk about is really what are my kind of goals for the channel. You know, you guys, what is that going to look like? What are my things for the upcoming year? And I want to say that one of the first things, and this is probably going to shock Craig, is I really want to become a better filmmaker. Craig is for those of you who don't know, Craig basically does all of our video production. He usually comes up with most of the ideas. He sets up the filming, the lighting, all of that fun stuff. He does all of the editing of the vast majority of our videos. If you want to see some really bad video editing, go all the way back to the beginning of our channel, because I did all of our video editing back then. And yeah, you can look at those and look at where they are now, and you can see, and you will figure out why Craig does them more than me. But that is a skill set that Craig is much better at than me, and I have tried to, you know, take advice and learn a little bit over the years and everything. I'm just not as good at it as he is, but I really do want to get better at it. I know he would really appreciate it if I could, you know, film better, even if he's doing the editing. If I could film something a little more intentionally and thought out, and hand him that instead of a tackle box full of video clips, and go, here, make something out of this. He would probably appreciate that. So that's one of my goals for the upcoming year. The second thing that I really, and this is me and Craig together. We've been talking a long time about our website, and it works. It's not the best website. The platform that it's on is not actually designed to be the kind of website that we have. And so we're very limited to what we can do with that. And we've actually been talking to a couple of different people who have expertise in that area about what can we do, what do I want it to do, what does Craig want it to do, and what can we do. And so hopefully in the next few months, hopefully we're going to be able to get out a better website. I would love to have some functionality in there that really helps all of y'all with our resources, because we have so many resources for all of our subscribers and stuff like that. And you guys are great. You go to the website, you fill out the contact us form, and I get an email. But it's a very manual type of process, especially on the back end for us to do all of this, you know, handing off of referrals and, you know, booking tours and all that kind of stuff. And it would be really, really great if we can automate this stuff somehow, you know, so that way we're not having to do all the back and forth and time consuming and stuff. It would be a lot better for y'all. You know, if you're able to just, like, for instance, just hop on there and see when tours are available, and you book your tour and you pay and you're done, you know. You can do it all at once. And I think that y'all would appreciate that as well. And it would give more time back into my life, so that way I can work on taking better videos. The other thing related to the channel that I would like to touch on, and Craig really did a really good job touching on this in his video, is the travel. I know at the beginning of 2025 in our videos, we were saying that, you know, we really wanted to do more traveling in 2025. Go to a lot more Mexican cities and travel by bus and all this kind of stuff. And again, life happens, right? So what we didn't get to do was a lot of traveling. You know, we instead moved. Instead, JoJo came into our life, and, you know, she was sick in the very beginning. And so that was a lot. And so, you know, we had to help her out and all that sort of stuff. And then it's been taking care of a puppy and all of that sort of stuff. And, you know, life happens. And So we didn't get to do a lot of traveling. So I would like to do that. I would like to travel more. Especially Mexico, and take the bus to some different places and show you guys some different cities and stuff in Mexico. And I really, like Craig said, I would really like to plan some bigger international trips, go to Europe, go to Ireland and Scotland and Southeast Asia. And I'd like to try to plan some of those bigger trips. We should have enough miles. We should have enough miles by now to be able to afford it. Segueing from the channel, I think that I would be very remiss if I didn't talk about some personal stuff, some personal goals for me. Being here for 3 years, I've definitely settled in. I feel extremely comfortable living in Ajijic, and I know the ropes and all of that sort of stuff. And, along those lines, I think one of the things that, for my personal goals, which kind of bleed into the channel, and Craig touched on this in his video as well, is my Spanish language acquisition. It's gotten significantly better than when I moved here. I feel very conversational. I have friends here that their first language is Spanish who almost refuse to speak English to me anymore. Because they're like, no, you need to be practicing. You need to do those things. Craig and I have talked about going to a fully immersive school that kind of picks up where you're at and helps you go to the next level. And I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think that we would both really enjoy that. I think it'd be a great educational experience for both of us, but not a but and I think that for me, the immersiveness of this culture, which I know, you get online, you read a lot about, Ajijic being an immigrant, expat, foreigner haven. And while that is true, and yes, you can function here on English alone, you don't have to. And the way that Craig and I have really tried to build our lives, we are in the local culture and we are speaking Spanish. Even when local people that we know speak Spanish speak English to me, I speak Spanish to them. You don't have to limit yourself to English here. You can expand and have a much broader scope and meet more people and stuff if you just try to speak Spanish. And the thing is, most people here, they're trying to learn English and you're trying to learn Spanish, so you help each other. And it's like this constant learning environment. And I absolutely love that. And I thrive in it. I learn new Spanish words all the time. And, I still do my Duolingo. We're not a paid advertiser for them, but it's free. And I can get on my phone and do my little lesson every day. And while I would never use that solely to learn Spanish, I do pick up some things out of it. And I really like that. And sometimes it'll help connect the dots in my brain to help the light bulb go off and go, now I understand that, And so I think anything that I can do to help learn Spanish is just a big plus. I think it's wonderful. The next thing I really want to, I think from a personal perspective is I need to focus on me. I have a tendency to not focus on me and to focus on other things or everybody else, probably so that I'm not having to focus on myself. But I need to start doing that more. I want to start practicing being more intentional and being more present in the moment. I've gotten significantly better at that since I got out of the rat race and moved to Mexico. It's taken a while, but I know myself, and I do feel myself a lot more present in the moment than I have ever been in my entire life. But I can also see where I can have a tendency to get involved with the channel and the business of our channel and all of this other stuff and focus on that really hard instead of focusing on being a better version of myself, which makes me a better version for y'all. And I need to keep trying to go down that path. It's very important to me. It's hard. I'm sure most of y'all know that it's very hard to turn that mirror, to look in the mirror and look at yourself and be critical of yourself, because you're trying to be a better version of yourself, or maybe you're trying to become someone that you want to be. It's not easy. It is definitely not easy. And I can tell you my life has been has most definitely been a roller coaster of learning about myself and who I want to be versus who I am. And those are very tough questions to ask, and especially to ask yourself. And so that's something I want to continue on my journey and focusing on is looking at myself and trying to be a better version. And I know I rambled a lot, and so I just want to thank you guys for watching our channel and for being loyal subscribers and interactive. Your comments, your interactions with us, when you stop us in the street, when you send us an email, all of those things, it really means so much to Craig and I. We really do appreciate it. And so just keep coming back. And if you haven't already, go find your truly remarkable life. Bye, y'all.